to 2Sweet Music. I am your host, Hannah. Now, this week, I actually have something really exciting. I'm going to be talking about the famous Michael Bublé. Now, it is spelt like bubble, but it is pronounced Bublé. But I just really love Michael Bublé, and I feel like he is an inspiration to many of us, and we should all just listen to his music because honestly, he's amazing, you know? And I really love listening to his music. One of my favorites of his is Close Your Eyes, which is one of his top songs as well. So please go listen to that when you have the time, because honestly, it is a beautiful song and it shows love and emotion in it. And I could listen to that song over and over again and never ever get sick of it. So please do go check that out. But anyway, let's get on with the information. So, Michael's full name is Michael Stephen Bublé. He was born on the 9th of September in 1985, which makes him 43 years old. So he's pretty young for a professional singer, and he's got loads of followers on social media and everything. Like, everyone just raves about him all the time. I first found out about Michael through my mother, so I just fell in love with his music, and he's such a big talent. But anyway, Michael is a multi-talented person, being a singer, a songwriter, an actor, and a record producer. And he also is Canadian, which doesn't make a difference anyway. But I really like his music. So honestly, it is one of the best music pieces I could ever listen to. I've got so many. He does covers of songs as well, so he uses other people's songs, and he also writes his own, so he's also a singer-songwriter as well. So he is so talented. I do recommend you listen to his music. He does all sorts. He does country and stuff like that, soul, pop rock and stuff like that. So if you are interested in that kind of style, please do go listen to his music, because you honestly won't be disappointed. He has won several awards in his time of his career, including 4 Grammy Awards and many Juno Awards, which I am not sure what Juno Awards are, but I can possibly have a look at what that is later on in the podcast. But Michael's first album was a big success, reaching the top 10 in Canada and in the UK. He became so famous, he was known worldwide with his 2005 album, It's Time, and 2007 album, Call Me Irresponsible, which reached number 1 on the Canadian album chart, the UK albums chart, the US Billboard 200, the Australians area albums chart, and several European charts. Now, this is just with 2 albums, so if you think logically, that is pretty amazing that he got in the top 10 and then it reached number 1 on those charts. So that's a major success for a singular singer. And you honestly, when you listen to his music, you just fall in love on it, because like, you listen to a lot of music now with lots of swearing. I haven't heard any music that he actually swears in. He possibly could, but I haven't listened to all his music. But I honestly just love his music, and I do encourage you guys to have a check, even if it's just one song and you don't like it, it's fine. But I honestly don't believe that you will be disappointed in his music when hearing it. So, back onto some more information about Michael. Michael's 2009 album, Crazy Love, debuted at number 1 on the US Billboard 200 after 3 days of sales, and it remained there for another 2 weeks, So 3 days and another 2 weeks. That is amazing. Like, anyone in their dream could possibly just not even imagine themselves getting that far. And he is honestly, some of the stuff he does, he is honestly just such a lovely person. I recently saw like an interview on TV with him, and he was just amazing on it, you know, like it was flawless what he did. And he's talking about his children, his little girl and his 2 little boys, his wife, and he's made some perfumes which I haven't actually seen yet, but if you see his perfumes, go ahead and check them out, because I think he would be really good at that kind of stuff. But he thought never in a million years would he think that he would also be designing perfumes. But we all have those things in our lives. So back to what we were talking about before. So the 2009 album was his first album to have reached number 1 on the Billboard's top jazz albums. His 2011 holiday album, Christmas, was in the first place on the Billboard 200 on the 4 final weeks remaining in 2011 and the first week of 2012, which totaled 5 weeks on the top of the chart. It was also successful in the UK, reaching number 5. So 5 months it was on the top of the charts. Normally you would think it would just be like a couple of weeks, you know, but this is 5 months that he was on the top of the charts, and he honestly is an inspiration to all. I know I keep saying this, but I really do believe that you guys, if you see any of his YouTube videos or anything like that, you will honestly see the kind and caring heart that he does have. So, yes, please do go check him out if you can. With his holiday album, Christmas, it became his 3rd consecutive number 1 on the chart. To Be Loved was released in 2013 in the month of April. In his time, he has sold over 75 million records worldwide. Not 1,000, not 100 million. 75 million records of his songs were sold. I believe that is such an achievement that not many artists can actually achieve. So I'm honestly blown away by that little fact right there, because you see what these kind of people go through. One of his little boys, he had liver cancer, and that really destroyed him a lot. He was really sad about that, and he was really scared he was going to lose this little boy, and his wife had to look after this child. And so even though that happened, he still managed to look after his family and keep his career, which I admire a lot, and we should show a lot of respect for that, because childhood cancer is really bad, and nobody could ever wish that upon their worst enemy. Like, it's an awful thing, and for him to have to go through that and still continue on singing and still continue on being positive and having a positive outlook on life, that is a really admirable trait that not many people actually can achieve or even have within them. So more onto that, this is a little snippet that my mum actually found on the internet when I was waiting to go to Girl Guides, and I just remembered a little bit of the story, so I wrote a little paragraph here explaining what is going on and why it's happening. So, I recently found out that Michael Bublé is possibly retiring from his music career because of his 5-year-old son being diagnosed with liver cancer 2 years ago. Though he did survive this, it is still a really terrible thing to have. He said it made him realize he was so focused on the fame and he never had time to look after his son in need. He said he was also tired of the fame and he wanted to lead a normal life now that he has all 3 of his children. And I completely agree with him. Family comes first. Family should come first before career. I really think that is important. He is releasing a new album, however, next month, November, which is quite possibly his last album he will ever record. I recently found out that he actually has retired, which is fine. Like, I found out that yesterday, but it's all good. Like, honestly, he needs to be there for his family. I really respect his decision to look after his family and give up his fame for his family, even though his son did survive and fought through it like a mini fighter. He needs to be there for his family. He is a very family devoted person, which we all should respect and admire. That is just my opinion, that last little line, but that is a very admirable trait to have. And he actually did say he didn't realize how important it was, and then he realized he wasn't with his family enough, and he wanted to help look after this little boy and the new baby and the other little boy. And honestly, though I am saddened to hear that he is retiring from his music career, I think it is one of the biggest decisions and one of the most beautiful decisions that a person can make. Give up their fame to look after a family, to look after their family, to look after any part of their life. Like, that takes a lot of guts, and he admitted he was sick of the fame. And I really, really respect him for being able to make that decision and say, no, I am going to quit music because I need to be there for my family. And I don't think a lot of the singers nowadays will do that, because they'll be like, oh, but I'm so famous, I'm making lots of money, I can help pay for any hospital fees and stuff like that. But that's important, but that's not the most important part. The most important part is that you're with your family in need and that you can support them with your emotions and support them with your love, rather than, oh, we've got money, we can fix this, it will be okay. Like, it's not always okay. And especially with a child, they really need the support. And I feel like even though this child has survived it and fought through it like a fighter, the fact that he's giving up his career and fame so he knows that he can be there for emotional support for his 3 children and his wife is a really beautiful thing to actually have. And you know what? I actually want to do something special. We are going to say a little something for him. Instead of a minute silence, we're going to say something a little bit for him. And in the yard, you tell me what you said. But this is going to be my message to him. Thank you for being a really admirable person. Thank you for being an inspiration to many. And I wish you luck for the future, because honestly, it's a beautiful thing that you're doing for your family, and I really admire it, and I wish you best for the future. You have a very talented personality, talented voice, but I believe what you are doing is really important. So in the yard, please do tell me what you said, because I think that even though he's not going to be listening to it, because I'm a high school student, even though he's not listening to this podcast, I feel like now that that is off our chests, and for all you Michael Bublé fans, it is something really special, and you'll feel more connected to him by doing that. So instead of the minute of silence for all the lost ones that we have in the past, we make like little speeches for them, or just a little snippet. And I just want to find out what you would say to him about all this if you met him, whether you agree with what he's doing or whether you don't. I full on believe that he is doing the right thing, because family is so important. But anyway, off that topic, I've got some more information about him. So you already know that he was born Michael Stephen Bublé on the 9th of September 1975. He's age 43. But he was born in Burundi, British Columbia, and Canadian. His occupation, you already know, is singer, songwriter, actor, record producer. His years active is 1996 to 2018. His salary, which he is worth, is $45.5 million as of 2015. His spouses are Louisiana Lopelato, 2011. I don't know if I pronounced that right. He has 3 children. His music career and genres is traditional pop, easy listening, pop rock, jazz, vocal jazz, show tunes, swing, blue-eyed soul, and vocals. So that is his instruments. I read too much of that, so his instruments are just vocals. So those, before what I read, are all the genres of music he sings. So as you can see, he sings a lot of genres. His labels are 143 Reprise, and his associated acts are Naturally 7 and Leon Jackson. So that's a little bit more information about Michael Bublé. So if you enjoy listening to this kind of stuff, please do let me know. And in the yard, whoever listens to this podcast, please tell me how I can improve or what I can add to make my podcast much better, because I would really, really love your feedback, because I think it has to go both ways. I have to enjoy what I'm doing and be entertaining, but then you have to enjoy what you're listening to. But anyway, I'm going on to the awards that he has won in the past. So he has Grammy Award for Best Traditional Pop Vocal Album in the years of 2008, 2010, 2011, and 2014. His Juno Awards for Single of the Year, 2006 and 2010. Juno Award for Album of the Year, 2006, 2010, and 2012. Juno Award for Pop Album of the Year, 2006 and 2010. And then there is Juno Fan Choice Award, 2008, 2010. Then we have Juno Award for Artist of the Year, 2006. Juno Award for Breakthrough Artist of the Year, 2004. American Music Award for Favorite Adult Contemporary Artist, 2010. Echo Award for Best Crossover Artist, 2012. Echo Award for Jazz Production, 2006. Canadian Screen Awards, the Shaw Media Award for Best Host in Variety, 2014. Gemini Award for Best Performance or Host in a Variety Program or Series, 2010. And last but not least, World Music Award for World's Best Selling Canadian Artist for the years of 2005 and 2014. So those are all his awards that he's won in the past, and I honestly hope he wins one more before he retires, because I believe that he deserves it, because after all that he has been through, and he is such an inspiration to us all, and I believe that we should all respect his decision. And it's just amazing what he can do, and I really like his music. But I've got some more stuff for you about Michael Bublé. So I've got Michael Bublé's top songs with the length of time that they go for as well. So Feeling Good, 3 minutes and 57. Haven't Met You Yet, 4:04. Home, 3:47. It's a Beautiful Day, 3:19. Save the Last Dance for Me, 3:38. Close Your Eyes, 3:33. Sway, 3:08. The Way You Look Tonight, 4:39. Lost, 3:40. Believe in You, or I Believe in You, 3:21. Always on My Mind, 4:30. Hollywood, 4:14. White Christmas, 3:59. Come Fly With Me, 3:19. Santa Claus Is Coming to Town, which was from his holiday album, and it goes for 2 minutes and 51 seconds. Someday, 3:23. Love, 2:50. Nobody But Me, 2:59. You and I, 3:55. And You Don't Know Me, 4:14. So those are just some of his top songs, and with the songs that I have heard of his that were on that list, I completely agree why they're up there, but I would totally have more of his songs on there, on his top songs, because I could just listen to them all day. Just such a beautiful and talented voice that he's got, and I believe that we should all give him a chance. But I've got one last thing for you before I finish this segment and go on to the podcast of music news. So, fun fact about Michael. Let me know if you want me to do any more segments in the future of fun facts about the singers I do, because that might be a new segment that I can add separately. So I have 3 segments for you guys. But Michael's family first noticed his talent when he was 13 years of age, and he belted out a line of White Christmas during a family car ride. So there we have it, all about Michael Bublé. I hope you guys enjoyed this week's, and I really do hope you can give me some of your feedback for more times for segments and stuff like that I can do. I really do hope you enjoyed it, and until next week, thank you very much.
And now it's time for the music news!
Hello and welcome back to 2Sweet Music News. I'm your host, Hannah. Now, this week, I have a lot of information here for you. One of them I just copied directly off the site, but I changed it a little bit, so it's not completely the same. But let's get into it. I am going to read more than what I have here, so I will read directly off the website. So if you just go to musicnews.com, then you can see all the music news you want for every day, and you can catch up with your music without my podcasts. But anyway, let's get on to it. Adam Lambert. If you know who Adam Lambert is, you'll know who I'm talking about. If not, he is a really talented singer, and he sings a lot of rock, so just check him out. I don't know how to explain him, but if you see some of his music videos, you'll know what I'm talking about. But Adam has been announced to be a part of a movie called Playmobil. He will be alongside with Daniel Radcliffe, Meghan Trainor, Anya Taylor-Joy, Gabrielle Bateman, and Jim Gaffigan in the voice of the new animated live-action hybrid movie. Now, here is a bit of a mixture. Little Mix and Nicki Minaj. The battle for this week's number 1 is set to be a photo finish with less than 2,000 combined sales, currently separating the top 3. At number 1 in today's official chart update are Little Mix with their new single Woman Like Me featuring Nicki Minaj. If they can keep this momentum up, they could land their 5th UK number 1 single on this Friday's official single charts. So that is tomorrow. So if you want to find out what happens, do go check that out, because otherwise, how will you guys know if they got their number 1 hit? So here I am going to read. Ariana Grande taking social media break after very sad Pete Davidson split. Ariana Grande is taking a break from social media following her very sad split from fiancé Pete Davidson. It was revealed over the weekend on the 13th to the 14th of October that the Dangerous Woman singer and her Saturday Night Live comedian bureau had called off their engagement and ended their romance. Ariana has been throwing herself into work since then, taping an appearance on NBC special A Very Wicked Halloween on Tuesday, but told fans afterwards that she has decided to take an internet hiatus. So this is really sad. I actually didn't know about this. So she's not getting married anymore. So that is really, really sad. And I feel sorry for her. So let's all just give our best wishes for her and her recovery for this, because we all know that it's a very sad thing to go through. And nobody should ever have to go through that, especially when you thought you're getting married and then they leave you. So it's a really sad time for her. So please do understand that she isn't going to be on social media for a while because of this incident that she is going through, but we all will wish her the best for everything. So let's see what else we got here. Well, who other to do about is the ex-fiance of Ariana. Pete Davidson accessed first comedy gig after Ariana Grande split. Pete Davidson has scrapped a stand-up gig at Temple University Comedy Night Live after ending his engagement to Ariana Grande. The comedian has pulled out for the upcoming college show in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania due to personal reasons. The Saturday Night Live star romance with the singer fell apart over the weekend, and Ariana has already returned her $100,000 engagement ring to her former fiancé. The couple confirmed the engagement news in June, a month after Davidson and Ariana started dating. Now that's just really sad to hear, because that's the last thing you would want on anybody, and it is really, really sad. So we must have a bit of a sequence going for engagements, because Lady Gaga confirms engagement at Alley Woman in Hollywood event. Lady Gaga has finally confirmed her engagement to talent agent Christian Carino after thanking her fiancé at Monday's 15th of October Alley Woman in Hollywood. The Born This Way superstar began dating Christian in early 2017, and last November an US weekly source claimed that they had secretly became engaged over the summer. So we have got a broken engagement and an engagement. So let's hope this one works out, because we don't want any more sad news, do we? So this one is about Ariana Grande again. It says Ariana heads back to work after Pete Davidson split. Ariana Grande is back at work following her split from Pete Davidson, telling fans she wouldn't miss out on appearing in a very wicked Halloween for the whole universe. The 25-year-old singer has had a difficult few months following the tragic death of her ex-boyfriend Mac Miller in September and her recent split from Saturday Night Live star fiancé Pete, and has cancelled various appearances, including a performance at a cancer benefit over the weekend. However, Ariana took to Instagram on Monday to promise her devoted followers she was never going to give up a chance to appear in a NBC special, which is celebrating the 15th anniversary of musical Wicked debuting on Broadway. So that is very admirable what she is doing. So I honestly really, really respect her for that, because it is really, really hard to have to do that, because it's something that you don't ever want to happen, because it's so sad that she is not getting married anymore, but that's what makes her an important part to the music industry, because she stands up after her fall, and she is still keeping going. And yeah, it's beautiful that she can do that. So anyway, I don't really have any more news right here, so I think what we are just going to do is just talk a little bit, something that we haven't done in a while. So I want to know if you guys have actually listened to any of the songs that I have recommended in the past. I don't mind if you haven't, but it would be nice. But something else that we haven't talked about in a while is the fact how music can help calm you down. I have had quite a few incidents recently where music has actually helped me concentrate. Being in a noisy environment sometimes can get you distracted. So I found that music has really helped. So that is something that you guys can actually check out if you really want to, because I believe that it's really, really important to be able to listen to music and to feel happy when you feel like that there is just nothing going right. But some happy things. What is your favorite time and place to listen to music? I think my favorite time and place to listen to music is after school in my bedroom and waiting to just talk to someone. that is a really good time to be able to listen to music, because you have more control when you're alone, and if you're feeling sad, you can just go, look, I'm going to listen to music. It's quite funny now because I actually am running out of things to say, like that's not too good, but I guess we all run out of things to say sometimes, it's like you're talking for 45 minutes straight, and then you just lose it, and you can't think of anything. So yeah, but out in the yard, I would really love if you could tell me who you would like me to do a podcast on, because I want to do podcasts on some of the people that you may like, rather than just on the singers that I like, because I feel like that should be something, and I should be giving you guys something that you can actually enjoy listening to, rather than something that I'm just coming up with, because I honestly think it's important for me to give you guys what you want to listen to, because otherwise it's not going both ways and we're just not going to get anywhere. But I also want to know, what was your favorite thing about today's podcast? Was it the fact that you got a little bit more music news, or was it the fact that you found out all these new things about Michael Bublé? I think the highlight about this one is getting to talk about Michael Bublé. Like he's a very talented guy, and you see a lot of these kind of people out there, and he's just got such a beautiful voice. Like, I honestly love it. I know I've gone back to the topic of that even in the music news segment, but anyway, I can get off topic, but I got a new nickname today. We're gonna have this in music news / comedy news. Like I got given a nickname today by one of my teachers, and so I got called the Queen of Word Vomit. So that is really funny, because I keep saying something and it is right, and then I keep going and then it makes it wrong. So it's actually really, really funny, because I couldn't stop laughing. Some of you who have saw me, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But it's also nice to just like have a little bit of a chat and listen to something funny, rather than just something serious and stuff like that. So like, this podcast doesn't have to be completely about music. Like, you can have a little bit of a joke, and you can go a little bit off topic. I'm sure some of the other people who are doing the other podcasts have gone off topic in the past. Like, I've certainly got that habit of going off topic, but that's just me. And I feel like people who know me will know that when I do get off topic, it's fine, because like you've listened to what you need to, and I've been doing my podcast, and I've been doing all the right things, and then I just go off topic. So some more things about music. Let me think. There's so much topics that you can talk about with music, but you just kind of forget on the spot. Like, you're trying to think, and you're just like, what am I going to talk about now? It's completely crazy just trying to think about what to say. But anyway, I think one of my favorite things about music is how there is so many different genres and you can connect with each musician that you like in a different way. So if you just like one style of music, which is rap, each person who raps will give you different sorts of feelings when listening, because it's not always going to be the same. And I really I just love how that music can just help you, and it can just make you happy. Like music makes me happy, and I feel like it makes you guys happy too. I would hope so, because like you want to be happy. And more things about music. If you had one person in the world that is from the past or now in the music industry that you get to meet, who would it be? I would really like to meet Ed Sheeran. But what about you guys? Who would you like to meet? Would you like to meet Elvis Presley maybe? I know quite a few people who would want to meet him. But anyway, thank you for listening to this week's podcast. I really appreciate all your guys' support. And until next week, I will talk to you later. Thank you and good afternoon.